Good afternoon to my colleagues. Good afternoon to the people of the territory. I've been sitting here from the beginning, and I was confused if I was in a Senate hearing or watching one of those Asian dramas, because this thing has more twists and turns than I've seen in a long time. And it's one thing I'm capable of is deciphering BS. I got a degree in that. And this sounds like a whole lot of that. I sit here and I listen attentively to every word that came out of individuals' mouth. When they spoke about, we don't have a definitive agreement, and you guys read the whole letter. It wasn't necessary. The man said it wasn't definitive. That means they're in communication. You got to listen to what people tell you. And the biggest concern I heard here today is when I saw the reaction of potentially losing that casino license. That was the biggest reaction I saw watching everybody here. So I'm starting to believe that this is a whole little stall tactic game that's happening here. And unfortunately, the only people are suffering is my people in St. Croix and the horsemen. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not one of those senators that like to beat around the bush. I'm literally been sitting here contemplating whether or not we need to just toss on a couple more years to Southland franchise agreement and let them go build a horse track in St. Croix. Like, I'm to that level of being over this nonsense. Like, literally. So, y'all could keep going back and forth with this. I'm not interested in hearing a lot of this, to be honest with you. We're in a situation where our government is losing money. And when I say our government is losing money, you have property and procurement has an agreement to be paid. And I'm sitting here like, what do you mean this whole thing is being stalled? Nobody's paying out money because there's technicalities. It doesn't start until this, but 7 years? 7 years? You're trying to convince me that it has taken you 7 years to get to the point of where we are, and that is nowhere. And you're asking me, somebody that lives off of common sense, to actually believe that. Because apparently y'all see stupid across my forehead, because I don't know what else y'all are thinking? Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out, Southland Gaming had to use the same DPNR. Southland Gaming had to go through the same sports parks and recreation. They have to do basically the same thing. And somehow we gave them roughly, about 4 years? And they're 2 years ahead of schedule. They're going to be done in 2 years instead of the 4. But you're here trying to convince me, a representative of the people, that y'all on year number 7 and can't give me no dates, and we lost our contractor, and that's where you have people that you're paying all this money to have contingency plans, because when plan A falls through, you have a backup plan for B to get the job done. But all I'm hearing is excuses and whose fault it is, and this is crazy to me. And the only people that are getting hurt is the residents of this territory, specifically my people in St. Croix. And that's when I get to the level that I am so annoyed and upset, because I was one of them that was trying to be fair to VIGL. I really was. Because I remember you guys came in and you started off with a bang. You were paying for purses and travel, and when you guys made the decision to bifurcate, to slowly focus on St. Croix, that's when we said, okay, we're going to have to pick up the mantle over here in the district of St. Thomas, St. John, to make sure that over here is covered, because VIGL said they got it in St. Croix. It's a done deal. We saw these horsemen come in here, because I've been here almost 4 years. We saw these horsemen come in here and almost defended you guys. Said, no, we're not worried about what's happening in St. Thomas. That same flamboyant, they were here defending VIGL, saying they say they got it in St. Croix. Let VIGL say what they're going to do.
5 minutes.
And here we are. We are right here. And it's the same nonsense time after time, to the point that our committee had to subpoena you to come and get this type of nonsensical answers right now. What do you think I'm going to do as a representative? Do you actually think I'm going to just keep sitting back and letting you keep coming to this legislature telling me nonsense? So let me ask one question. If you guys don't start on the 10th, are you willing to walk away from this project and let somebody else do it in 10 days? Just answer me, because my patience is limited with this at this point. If you guys do not start this project in 10 days, are you willing to walk away and let somebody else do it? 7 years is too long for me.
Andrew Dubuque, Managing Partner of Visual Operations. Look, I'm doing everything I can to start in the next 10 days. I've said I would. And if I don't...
Hold on, Mr. Dubuque. One moment, Mr. Dubuque. Let the senator speak.
I have one question. I'm not being disrespectful, sir. I'm a respecter person. Are you guys willing to walk away from this project if you do not start in the 10 days you have put on this Senate floor that you have sworn to under penalty and perjury, that you will start this in 10 days? And if you don't, are you willing to walk away and let somebody else do it?
Miles Plaskett, counsel for VIGL. Mr. Chair, again, I would ask that if my client is asked a question, that he be allowed to answer the question and finish answering the question and not be interrupted while he's speaking. He's not taking up too much time to do it.
This is a yes or no answer. He started with the whole speech. All I said, one thing, yes, no. That is all I'm asking. Would you like me to repeat it?
Please hold the senator's time. Please hold the senator's time. One moment, Senator Alma Francis Ailaga. For clarification.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'm going to repeat my question, and this is a yes or a no answer. If VIGL does not start this project in 10 days, as they have shared on the Senate floor and have sworn to do so under penalty and perjury of law, are they willing to walk away from this project after 7 years and let somebody else who might be more capable and more willing to do so to get the project done? Yes or no?
Miles Plaskett, counsel for VIGL. The answer is VIGL has already begun work on the project. The answer is VIGL has a franchise agreement and is intending to and will continue to comply with the franchise agreement. The answer is that is what governs here.
Mr. Calvert White, Sports, Parks, and Recreation. Is VIGL in breach of this contract?
Yes.
Thank you. And I fully understand what breach means. So all this legal lingo and all of that's nice, but I fully understand what breach means. And I am to the point where our people have to be put first instead of all of this nonsense. And it's that simple for me. And if we as a government do not stop it and start to step in and hold these people accountable to get this job done, this is why people laugh at us. This is why the public doesn't have trust in us. This is why. Because we let people come and play with us and play with the people of this territory for so long, and this is the end result. So I'm not sure if my time has been called. I will just continue to listen like I have been, but we need to get it together. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
You still have time, Senator, if you choose to use it.
How much more time do I have?
21 seconds.
You may ask some.
Okay, I will return. I'll return my 21 seconds.
Okay, very well. Thank you, Senator Alma Francis Ailaga.